Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode here on the Sticks and Bones podcast. Even though we did our season finale, we did promise you a full breakdown of our itinerary for our trip to Greece. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. Dr. K, do you have anything you want to add before we dive into it?
I feel like this episode is the equivalent to Lion King 1.5.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like we were like, bye, we're not coming back here again. And then we were like, but wait a minute, we have to talk about our Greece trip. So we want to thank
Yes.
you for those of you that have reached out to us and are very interested in the trip. The trip drops today where you can officially book and reserve your spot with us. So make sure you check out the link in the descriptions. If you are still on the fence, don't forget to listen to the full podcast episode all the way through because we're going to be addressing all of your questions. And if you're still on the fence, like I said, you can sign up for our emails from Trova Trip to get emails about the trip if you want to be reminded. If you're like, I'm not really interested in booking right now, but I don't really know. I promise you, after you're done with this episode, you're going to want to come with us because we're addressing all the questions, going through the whole entire itinerary, showing you photos of the places that we're going, talking about what kind of travelers we are, and who our audience is that's coming on this trip. So enjoy.
Yes.
So I want to do 10. I think it makes sense to do a full breakdown of like, here are the days, and then go over the money and everything, get that all up front, and then we can go into each day of what we're doing. Like, I know some
Love
of
it.
you guys just want the bottom line of like, can you tell me exactly how this works? And we're going to do that. So no frills, no thrills. Okay.
We got it. If you're from the East Coast, you gotta. Time is money, money is time. Like,
Can you just see what can you see? Just this webpage? Can you see my desktop or no?
no.
Okay. Um, okay, so I just want to pull myself over here so I could see myself podcasting and scrolling at the same time because they make this impossible. All right. So let's deep dive into the trip, and then we're gonna go through our itinerary. We'll save that for the end, but let's get to like the main points. So
Sure.
we
Bottom
are
line,
going,
elevator pitch.
what?
I said bottom line, elevator pitch.
Right. Like I listen, we're not here to bullshit you about anything. You want the bottom line. How much do I gotta pay? What's the deposit? What is this gonna look like for me? And because I'm that way where I'm like, we don't need the fluff right now. Okay, so we are going September 5th to the 11th in 2026. And our group is probably going to be anywhere from 8 to 24 people. Okay. So that depends on how many people sign up. Um, we'll go through what that looks like of like, where do you lodge? Like, how am I going to feel comfortable here, etc. So it's 7 days, 6 nights. And the activity level is basically like, we're going to be exploring, but we're also doing things as well that it's like, we're going to a wine tasting one day. We're doing kayaking one day. And it's not so crazy.
Yeah, activity level, I would say if you can walk for 20 minutes at a non-fast pace, you're fine.
Yeah.
Because I am non-fast pace.
Absolutely. And who are the people that are interested in this trip? Because we keep getting this question. Like a lot of people are like, well, I'm this age. Like, would this be appropriate for me? I will tell you, I'm 33. Dr. K, you're what, 31?
I'm 31, but by the time of this trip, I'll be 32 because I turn 32 next month.
Okay. I always forget, like, you're kind of like a year and a half, year or two
Yeah,
younger than
I'm
me.
the
So
caboose man.
we're in our 30s, and a lot of people that have signed up are in their 30s. Some people are in their 40s. We also have some people that are like in their early to late 20s. So this trip is anywhere from like 20s on. We tend to have an older audience of people because you guys like history, knowledge, information, and fact. A lot of you like are moms and have families. So it'll be people most likely your age. Plus, a lot of people are drawn to us because we're in our 30s as well. Like, we're no frills, no thrills over here. And I would also say too, a lot of the people that are signing up and are interested in the emails that are coming out are people that worship Greek gods, are people that are interested in Greek mythology. So it's all people that are interested in going to these ancient sites. It's not really like this clickiness that I think happens
No.
sometimes on trip where you're like, oh, it's just going to be all of their friends that are going and I'm going to be stuck behind. Like, no, it's just people with a general interest in all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
100% I would agree.
Okay, so I might need your help for the next part because you've done Trova Trip before.
Years.
Okay. So what's included in this price, right, is the hotels that we're staying in,
Mhm.
access to all of the sites that we're going to see, breakfast and dinner. Well, here you have six breakfasts, one lunch, and two dinners is included in the price. So we'll be doing all of that together. So we have dinner on the first night that we're all going to be sitting down. It's like family style. Anything outside of that, we can plan to do dinners with you guys. If you're like, you make a friend and you're like, oh, I want to go and go get a Euro over here, that's fine. And we'll go through that.
Mhm.
All of your transfers, okay, all of transfers are included.
Mhm.
And basically, like most of the trip. The only thing not included is the flight and anything extra that you want to buy.
Yeah, trinkets.
So, and we're staying at two different hotels.
Yes. So we are staying in two different hotels because we are in two separate cities, that of Athens and that of Nafplio. Now, when I did Egypt, we did Cairo and Luxor and then back to Cairo. We had the same hotel both times in Cairo. So I would imagine it's going to be the same hotel that we were in for Athens when we come back.
Sure, yeah, and the hotels haven't been entirely confirmed yet by Trova Trip, and that's okay. Like we have like an idea. It's going to be a 4-star hotel, like it says here. So you're not staying in like a
Yeah.
hostel. We're not like
No.
cramming you guys into a room and being like, "Good luck." Like, no, it's going to be comfortable.
Yeah, normally they will post the name of the hotel in the entire itinerary, and they will say, hey, if it's fully booked by the time that we
Sure.
go to put the rooms together, it will be something similar to it. When I went to Egypt, all of the hotels that were listed, we actually were in. So if you want to do any sort of deep dive onto the hotel beforehand, you absolutely can.
Yeah, it says subject to change. So that's why I'm like, if it's on the itinerary, just know the hotel can change, but we're still gonna get a
Yeah.
good hotel. Anyway,
Mhm.
you'll see here too, what's included by your host. We have these like informal gatherings that are planned, which are just kind of like I think we were doing like every other day or as needed.
Yeah, it's really like at the end of the day, and I did this in Egypt, it's really kind of a time after dinner drinks, if you want, where there's a lot of like decompression time because you are moving so fast during the day and seeing so much that you might just want to decompress, chit chat with your new best friends, and or even just ask questions. I had a lot of that in Egypt of, oh my gosh, I took a picture of this. Let's talk about it. Or what was your favorite thing that you saw today, Chelsea? And it's also a great time that we can all go over the itinerary for the upcoming day. Hey, this is what you might want to pack in your little backpack. And this is what to expect, all of that kind of stuff. What are we wearing? All of that.
I feel like we're kind of like camp counselors, you know what I mean? Like we're going to make sure that you know what you need to bring for the next day. Like I'm gonna be like camp counselor Chelsea.
Oh, I become a travel mom when I lead groups like this. I send out WhatsApp notifications of everything after the hangouts at night of what to expect for tomorrow, what to pack, and if y'all are coming on the bus and not having a hat or sunscreen, mm-mm.
And we'll get into it because I want to talk about the kind of travelers that we are so that you guys feel more comfortable because like obviously it's kind of scary sometimes when you're being presented with a solo group trip and you're like who are these people? Like I want to go but I don't know. And like I'm here to tell you we're going to address all these questions and then we will dive into the itinerary because you guys can read
Yeah.
the itinerary but I want to get to like the good stuff. So anyway, this is our itinerary. We're going to come back to this. Me and
Sure.
Dr. K are going to already be in Athens by the time you guys get there. We're coming in the day before the
Mhm.
trip actually starts, and I think we're planning to go to Delos, which is not included in this, but we're gonna do like our own thing the day before or whatever. But we're already be here, so don't think you're like flying in and no one's there. We're gonna be here already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If we're doing the tour to Delphi, we will always be available over WhatsApp or text messages. We both have international plans, so frets not.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go through the itinerary. Don't worry. They also spelled Eleusis wrong in this itinerary. It says Elephas. So if you see
I
that,
love it.
we're meeting with our traveling coordinator, and we gotta let her know.
I love
Um,
it.
okay, so yeah, obviously airport will, you have to book airfare on your own, but like as you book the trip, like we can absolutely help you with airfare and things like that. So if you put a deposit down, you want to come, like airfare we'll talk about at like a later time.
Yeah, I usually host a Zoom meeting getting closer to everything. So if it's somebody's first time traveling international, hey, I've never been to Greece. Is this a good layover in Frankfurt? Is this a good layover in Morocco? We can definitely help you with that and make sure that you are going to get there in a timely manner.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've been getting lots of questions about the deposit. A lot of people are interested, but they're like, how much money do I have to put down? What's this deposit look like? Do you have the
Yeah, let me pull it up.
only because I'm sharing my screen, like I don't want to go into our emails. So
What am I looking?
what?
What am I looking for?
How much money this in its entirety
Ah,
it's
the
going to
deposit. Yeah.
the deposit, it should be, if not, it's in a Patreon post somewhere as well.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's in the pin post. Okay. Yeah, I got it. The deposit is going to be $1,140 is the deposit for the first 8 people.
Okay, so how much entirely is the trip? Because when
Oh,
this launches, give me everything, like the whole breakdown that we have. I wanna give it to the people. It doesn't say it on here right now because we're recording this before the trip releases. When you guys have this publicly, the trip will be released.
yes. So the first 8 early bird spots are listed at 45.58, and the regular price is going to be 46.58.
Sure. So once those, that's $100 off. So once those early bird spots go, they're gone. So run
Mhm.
me through how much does someone have to put down again?
So if you're coming for the earlier bird price, you only need a deposit of 25%, which is roughly 1140 per person for the first 8 people. And then let me do the math, but it would probably be around 1200 for the other travelers after that. Fret not, all you need is a deposit if you are interested in different pay over time plans. They do offer that via Affirm, where you can pay it off in 6, 8, or 12 month options. I'm trying to think if there's a 16 month. But anyway, there's super flexible options to make this as accessible as possible for any type of traveler to fit all of your travel needs. And yeah, what else do you need to know?
That's it. So I'm gonna go through the cancellation policy because a lot of you are like, I want to put a deposit down, but like, can I get my money back if I don't want to go? Ideally, we
Yes.
would like to have you come with us, but here is
Sure.
how it
Like how?
works, and this is all on this page that is going to be released to everybody today. You'll be able to see all this. So spot pending. So right now, as people sign up, we're not confirming the trip yet, right? Because we will confirm it. We'll confirm each traveler once we feel like that's okay to do, and we have enough people to do the trip.
Yeah.
So if your spot is pending, your deposit is 100% refundable.
Yes.
Okay. If you're when we confirm spots and spots are confirmed with 91 or more days before your trip, you will get a partial refund and credit towards a future trip. Okay.
Yeah. So that
So
means you will not get your deposit, but you will get everything else.
yes. Um, so you'll receive a future trip credit for the amount of your down payment minus $100 cancellation fee per traveler. This trip credit is valid for 1 year from the date it is issued. Additional any payments made beyond the original 25% down payment will be refunded to your original form of payment. So if you begin to start like paying off the trip or you're putting money towards it, they'll refund you for that. But the deposit, 91 days or more before the trip is just going to become a credit or like a partial refund.
Yes.
Okay. Spot confirmed within 90 or fewer days before your trip, non-refundable. So at this point, 90 days before the trip, you have to have this decision that you are 100% coming with us. You are paying the trip off. You're not going to get the deposit back. So they outline all of this pretty clearly here, but I just wanted to go over it with you guys. There are payment plans, like Dr. K said, you could do pay over time. And you can always reach out to us with any questions that you have about that, and we can always get you in
Yeah.
contact with somebody or get the answers that you're looking for.
Mhm.
And yeah, flexible payment options. So just to reserve your spot, you just need 25% of the trip total, and then you could pay it off as much or as little as you want over time.
Yeah, and Trovo's really great about sending constant email reminders about how close we are, payment
Absolutely.
notifications, all of that kind of stuff. They're really
Also,
fantastic.
they have this amazing FAQ at the bottom of the page. So if you're like, I'm nervous to book, because a lot of people get this, right? Like, this is the biggest question we've got. I'm nervous to book. How do I do this? tons of FAQs. Also, you guys can always reach out to us. That we really pride ourselves on that of like we're happy to answer any of your questions. Um, so before we go into the itinerary, I guess a little bit about us as travelers, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
how are you as an international travel? Like, if you had to categorize yourself or give yourself some attributes, like who are you as a traveler?
Very type A. I have to get there multiple hours. I know you're supposed to get for international flights at least 3 hours. I would be okay getting there 4 hours ahead of time. Getting through TSA, make sure my gate exists, it's there. Then I can go sit down and enjoy. I actually don't sleep on flights, and it's not because of like a comfortable issue. I've always just found that as a woman, I have to be alert on flights. So if anybody needs to sleep on a flight, so Chelsea, since we'll be next to each other, if you need to sleep on the flight, I got the watch. My watch is not over. I got
I'll
you.
let you know who I am. I'll let you know what kind of, this is good because like I kind of have an idea of who you are because we work together, but like
Yeah.
I'll let you
I will
know.
wake you up for the food cart. What do you want?
I'll let you know. Are you more of
Hell
like
yeah.
are you interested in like local food? Like what kind of things are you
Oh,
interested in? Of like if you were to travel abroad, like what are some things that you have to do when you go?
what I have to do when I go is see the highlights, which we're already doing on this trip.
Right.
I love to try local foods. I do have to be careful with street food only because I'm on a gallbladder now, but I love food. I love to eat. I am not missing a meal. Absolutely not. No. Mm-mm. I'm my mother's daughter. I will not be missing a meal. I will be eating all of the food. I love Greek food. And I will be about a few months before the trip looking up restaurants that we could go try.
That's my favorite.
I do not take photos of food, but I do love to eat.
Anything else you want to add to your elevator pitch?
I do love trinket shopping.
Yeah,
If you need somebody to go with you, I do love sniffing out a good deal.
that's a good quality to have.
That's it. How are you?
So I'm about the same. I'm very type A, which is good. You guys are going to want people that are type A that are running this trip, okay? Because I run this like a tight ship. My mom always says I go international traveling with my parents. I create the itinerary. I create everything. I am in charge. I find the best restaurants. I want to try something
Mhm.
different. I know where the shops are. If I want to go to a gift shop, I create the itinerary. So my parents love traveling with me because they never have to worry about anything. I go on many family vacations. I'm the head honcho. So I think this is why like we work as like the heads for this trip because we both are the same where we're like we got to do this, we got to do this, this is where we're going to be. Um on flights I don't sleep.
Okay, cool.
I
Can
don't
watch
sleep.
movies.
I actually get mad at my brother when he falls asleep next to me for like hours because I'm like who am I supposed to talk to? Like the wall? Like what am I supposed to do?
Let me ask you this: what is your favorite seat?
The window.
I love the window too. Hopefully, we get a two-seater.
It's okay if I don't get the window. It's just kind of like my favorite because I like to look out the window. But yeah, I'm super type A. I love trying local food. I love going shopping. I love looking at the history. I am someone that's going to overpack in my suitcase because I'm about the outfits. So and the shoes. So I'm just like, I'm gonna have everything with me because I have anxiety about what about the weather? What if my
Oh,
pants like a question?
I overpack my underwear because I will not be caught with not enough underwear. That is my biggest fear in this life.
Yeah, and I love when I'm in the Mediterranean specifically, I love wine and cheese. So like we're doing a wine tour on this. I think you guys are gonna love it. But listen, we are very approachable people to travel with. We are seasoned travelers. I travel all the time. Like I was very lucky growing up. My parents always, because their parents never traveled, they were always like, we have to travel. So they took us with them. So I don't want you guys to worry. Like a lot of you have never traveled outside of the US before, and that's okay, but we're here to help.
Also, I will say Greece does have Uber.
Yeah, I mean most places have Uber. Okay. I was in Jamaica. I think they had did they have Uber in
They have
Jamaica?
Uber, or like they have like the Uber equivalent for that area, which is super nice and super
We
easy.
had Uber when we were like in the weirdest of places. Like that's just gone mainstream. So don't worry, but also don't forget your transfers are included. So it'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once you leave the Athens airport, there will be somebody out there with your name on a card that says Jane Doe, and then you will be transported to Athens because the airport's kind of a schlep from the city.
I also want to say too that if you are someone that's coming by yourself, which most people are, you're not just going to meet people when you get there. Like you're going to know these people that you're traveling with because we're going to create a WhatsApp group. We're going to send multiple emails out. Like you're going to know the first and last names of the people that you were going on the trip with. The first time you meet them is not going to be the first day you arrive in Athens. So I
Yeah.
just want to let you know about that. And if you don't want a room with somebody, there are rooms available where you'll have to pay extra for solo if you want like your own space. So since you did Egypt last year, how was it with like people meeting each other in the group? Like did they become friends? Was it weird? Because you did this last
So
year.
my Egypt group chat is still active.
Great.
Like a year later. I started it in February of 2024. It is November of 25 right now. We send each other Christmas cards, all of that kind of stuff. Everybody's still chatting, giving updates about the new Grand Egyptian Museum that just opened, just sending each other fun stuff. And it was so perfect because by the time that we all touched down in Cairo, we finally got to put voices to who we were talking to in the group. And it was so like at the last night, we were all in tears, like not only from laughing so hard, but you become so attached so quickly. And it was truly the trip of a lifetime. And there were just so many funny stories. It's truly just magical. And I don't have any other words other than that. You just become such close friends. You truly talk about anything and everything. Leading up to the trip, we were posting, hey, I just bought this dress. Hey, I just bought these, really flowy pants, fashion shows, all of that kind of stuff. I always like to send my travelers little gifts beforehand, and I know High Priestess Chelsea and I are going to be doing the same thing here. Also hosting, some Zoom meetings if you guys have questions, anything like that. Truly, no question is a dumb question, and it was so fascinating because before the tour started, Kevin and I went to the Grand Egyptian Museum when it was partially opened, and we ran into some of the travelers from the group before like the tour started because their flight got in that morning, and we instantly knew who each other were. How are you? Hugs, everything. And it was instantly how we all picked up from WhatsApp to in person. And it was like nothing was weird. And that was the biggest thing for me was I don't want that small talk kind of mentality of like, what's your name? What's your favorite color? Like an icebreaker. No, that's gonna be done month one in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I also tend to talk a lot. So like if you're a person I said this in the last podcast, but like if you're a person that's like afraid no one's going to talk to you, I don't shut up, honestly. Like I can talk to a wall. I think it's because I feel uncomfortable when there's silence and I feel like this is just how I was raised. This is just Italian American culture. We're taught to be hosts. Like from a very young age, women and men have two different functions in the household of hosting, and we're taught very young how to host and talk to people. So like when you come into my house, period, like it's just like I'll act like I've known you for 20 years because it's just the way that we are. So I don't want anyone to feel weird, or they're like no one's it's gonna be clicky. It's not like that. We don't know who's coming on this trip.
No.
Showed up.
The only person the only person I knew for the Egypt trip before like the group and everything was Kevin.
Yeah,
That was it.
the 100%. So like it's also new for us, and like we're people that like have been parts of groups of people before. Like we both were in sororities in our previous college life. Like so I don't want you to think this is weird. I know some people have done Trova Trip and it's felt clicky. Like I know that's people have gotten that comment. I'm not interested in clicks. As you can see that we're not
No.
clicky people, we're weird. So anyway, let's dive into our itinerary because now that we've gotten how this works out of the way, the money, we got to the point.
Sure.
Let's talk about the important parts of the trip for those of you like, what are we actually going to see? What are we actually
Mm-hmm.
So the first day, we're going to be in Athens, and this is kind of like a chill first day because people are arriving on this day. You're more than welcome to arrive early if you want to pay for a hotel and come early. There's completely fine with that. We're going to be here early,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't really meet up until 6 p.m. So I'm sure we'll see you guys before then, especially if we're going to be in the same area.
Yeah, through Trover, you can actually book a pre-night accommodation at the same hotel if you so choose to, or you could go explore on your own.
Absolutely. So what we're kind of doing on the first day is like it's chill. Everyone just got here from wherever in the US or outside of the US. We're going to be doing an evening walk. And this is we're going to be picked up at the hotel and we're just taking a walk through like a square. And we're just going to be seeing stores, taverns, cafes, as it says here in the description. And we're going to be going to a taverna for our dinner. We'll be having family style dinner. So we're all going to get a chance to hang out, eat
Hmm.
together, share. Like people do in the Mediterranean, this is what they do. They do a lot of family style.
Yeah.
And that's really it. We're going to have dinner and we're just going to hang out the first day.
Yeah, it's just a nice evening stroll and dinner.
Yeah, which I'm super excited about because I like to chill.
Yeah.
Have a nice glass of wine, a little cheese plate, maybe a gyro. We'll buy a trinket or two. Like that's my first day. Unpack my suitcase, take a shower after getting off the airplane because blech.
Wait, I have a question about your travel tendencies. Do you unpack and put it into like the drawers?
Yeah, because I will not walk around with wrinkled clothes.
You can have all the drawers then.
Girl, I cannot, you will never catch me with a wrinkle in my clothes, even if I'm walking around a temple, because my mom
Mm.
probably would have fought me. So I actually iron all my clothes before I go anywhere. So my suitcase will come like things are pressed, and I come with my steamer. So I'm gonna be that girl. If anyone needs a steam, I got you. Yeah. Presentation is key. Okay, so for the second day, we're going to Athens. So this is like our first full day in Greece.
Yeah, we're still in Athens.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like we're going to the Acropolis. Like we're actually doing something.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna be going to the Acropolis and things like that. So we're gonna have breakfast together, and then we're going to the Acropolis and the Parthenon. We're gonna have a tour here,
Hmm.
and I think there is yeah. So we're doing the Athens City Tour, Acropolis, and the National Archaeological Museum, which is fun.
And the Acropolis Museum.
Yes, I have some photos that I want to show you guys. Give me a second because this is gonna take me a minute.
Yeah, I will say definitely bring your walking shoes because the hike up to the top of the Acropolis is a steep one.
Sure. So this is the Acropolis,
Huzzah.
where we're going. Do you
The
want to tell
back
us
end of
where
this is the back end of the Parthenon. So the good news is apparently all of the scaffolding is gone. So
we're going?
I'm very excited to see it sans scaffolding.
Sorry, I don't know what I just did.
That's okay.
Screen is gone. Let me try
What
again.
wizardry happened?
Listen, I'm trying to talk and be a producer at the same time, and it's hard. Okay, so yeah, comfortable shoes for this. Why is this place important?
Why is this place important? That's a great question. So this is the Acropolis. The Parthenon and other temples like the Erechtheion is still standing today. And this is actually where the massive, well, I should say colossal statue of Athena was housed back in antiquity. The Parthenon was built 5th century
Mhm.
BCE. But what's really cool is on top of the Acropolis, we have the Parthenon, so worship for Athena. We have the Erechtheion, which has an earlier temple to Athena next to it, and then the Erechtheion is dedicated to both Athena and Poseidon. That is where we have the Porch of the Maidens, so that's where the caryatids are from.
Mhm.
Then we're going to be going to the Acropolis Museum, and this is probably one of the most famous pieces of art in the ancient world. It's actually Nike adjusting her sandal, and one of the most exquisite aspects of wet drapery. Like, it's so cool. I actually got a photo of myself next to her this year, adjusting my own shoe, and it's just beautiful to see. Ah, this is from the National Museum of Archaeology in Athens. This is known as the Aphrodite of Syracuse, one of the most famous Aphrodite statues in the ancient world. She's gorgeous. We're seeing so many iconic pieces of art from the ancient world here, both from the Greco-Roman period as well as earlier in Neolithic, in Bronze Age, all the cool things.
So we're gonna see so many cool things, and give me one second because I have one more thing that I want to show. This also is at the same museum, correct?
That is at the Acropolis Museum, and these are, well, the one on the right is a reproduction of how it would be colored, but the one on the left is actually a Kore statue. Dates to archaic Greece. We know it's archaic because of the weird little archaic smile, and they have very, very stiff arms for archaic Kore statues.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to see all this. So we're gonna get to see like where Athena and Poseidon are worshipped. Then we get to go into the museum, and I think we're there for what, 3 hours, it said? Something like
We're
that.
at the National Archaeological Museum for 3 hours, which you need that. Um,
Which is gonna
and
be so exciting. I mean, there's over 20,000 artifacts, so we're gonna see all of the statues of the gods and everything, and it's going to be literally amazing. So not only are we going to the Acropolis and the Parthenon, but we get to go into the museum and actually see everything.
yeah, both are very well done. The Acropolis Museum has the caryatids with the one missing. What else do they have? They have just incredible stuff there. The National Museum has all of the treasures from Mycenae, so the Mask of Agamemnon and everything. And there will be, I think the exhibit will still be open about the treasures from Pylos. It might still be on when we're there, which was will be really cool.
So this is day two. So dinner is not included on day two, but we can always do something together if you guys are like, hey, let's go get a euro or something. Like, let's go get some street food. I don't know. Like, we can always figure it out. Or if you guys want to do something on your own, you can, but we'll figure that out. Okay. So day
Mhm.
three, we have Mycenae and Nafplio.
Mhm.
So once again, we're leaving Athens, and Peloponnesus is where we're going. So we're going to stop at Mycenae, and this is where we're going to have breakfast. And we're going on an ancient Mycenae tour, and then we're also doing a wine tasting, which I'm so excited about. Like, yes. But tell us, Dr. K, what is happening on the ancient Mycenae tour? Why is this important? Because you're a Mycenae girl.
So Mycenae, of course, is where the famed house of Atreus was in mythology. That is where Agamemnon is going to finally square up against Chelsea. And there
Is
is, of course, the tombs of Clytemnestra and the tomb of Agamemnon there. It's where the famed gold mask of Agamemnon was found by Schliemann because he didn't use dynamite to dig Mycenae, thank Christ. But this has really big mythological ties in terms of the Iliad and the Odyssey, where Grave Circle A is when we go up into the palatial complex of the hill fort and everything. We will see the palace. We will see Grave Circle A, which is where Schliemann thought that that's where the gathering of the elders was found. We have really beautiful treasures from Mycenae that we will actually be seeing in the National Archaeological Museum before we go to the site. So you'll kind of get some prep ahead of time. And then the iconic Lion's Gate
got
we
you.
will be seeing with two lions on either side. Fun fact, we actually don't think they're lions anymore. But that is a tale for another time. And we have a beautiful Minoan column. And yeah, this is just such a cool site. We'll actually be going into, I believe, the Treasury of Atreus, which is also known as the Tomb of Agamemnon. It's a Bronze Age Tholos tomb, which is cool.
And I want to let you guys know that we have a tour guide. So like all of the money that you're spending, we have guides that are going to explain things. Like when we're going, we're not just going on this tour and being like, "Wow, what does this mean?" No, someone's going to be there to assist and give the history. And like I said, we're doing a wine tasting here, which is going to be really amazing. So let's break that down. So we have the Nemean wine tasting. This is a really important place in Greece. We're going to be able to get a tour of the winery, and then we actually get to try the local wine with breadsticks and local cheese. So the girls are going to have a little wine tasting in the middle of the day.
I love that. The girls love wine.
Absolutely. And then we're staying overnight in Nafplio. So this will be, we're different this time.
Yeesh.
Okay, moving along.
Oh, Nemean for the wine tasting is really important for mythology for those who love Heracles because that was one of his first labors. It was his first labor. It was defeating the Nemean lion, so that's why he always wears the lion skin around his shoulders.
So we're going to see some mythological figures in this part of the tour, and I'm very excited. And by the way, like I said, if you guys want pictures, I'll take photos for you. We're gonna take photos for Sticks and Bones. We're gonna make people have FOMO because, you know, that's what we do.
You
Okay,
guys will be getting you guys will be getting all of the weird facts, not only from the tour guide but from me.
walking among the Epidaurus ruins. So I think I have a photo of this. So once again, we're gonna have breakfast together. Just want to let you guys know if you've never been to the Mediterranean in the slightest, their breakfast is very different than American breakfast. So just prepare yourself if you're used to having certain breakfast things. They try their best to accommodate Americans and tourists, but like as someone who's traveled internationally before, like sometimes breakfast is just a pastry, a coffee, and a cigarette, and we gotta go. But it seems here like they're gonna have like a certain breakfast items are going to vary, so it's going to be dependent
Yeah.
on. Well, I just wanted to let you know because like I took my friends over into to France one time and they were shocked that there were no eggs. I'm like, they don't eat eggs for breakfast. So
If we have eggs, it's going to be hard boiled eggs and a lot of olives for breakfast, which sign me up. I love that.
I love a good olive, a good pastry. Okay, so we're taking the Epidaurus tour. So do you want to explain to us about what Epidaurus is and what this ancient theater is while I get this amazing photo up?
Mm-hmm. So Epidaurus is a really important site in the Peloponnese, and it has one of the best preserved theaters today. And what's really cool is, I'm sure the tour guide is going to show everything, but when you are standing at the bottom, you can just orate, and the sound and acoustics really showcase the incredible Greek engineering that was going on because they didn't have microphones in the ancient world. So, how are you going to construct something that plays formed at where people in the audience in the nosebleed section could still hear and understand what was going on? So, here I am at the theater. It's massive. And also at the site of Epidaurus is a temple or a sanctuary to Asclepius. So there was votive figures left here for him. So really, really cool. Has ties to theater, the arts, which makes sense because Asclepius is the son of Apollo. So it'll be really, really cool.
I'm so excited. I have to say, I said this in the last podcast, Asclepius is one of my favorite Greek gods. So like I am super stoked about this. We're gonna see Athena, we're gonna see Poseidon, we're going to some mythological figures like Agamemnon, Clytemnestra, Heracles. We're gonna be seeing Asclepius. We're going to the museums where we're seeing Kore statues and Aphrodite and like all this stuff. So you're gonna get all the god stuff, like trust me. And were you done with Epidaurus?
Yeah, just be very careful when you are hiking up to the top of the theater because your girl took a tumble back in 2018.
Thanks. Okay. I'm trying to get my screen back up. They do not make this easy on this to.
No.
Okay. Day 5, we're going kayaking.
Whoop, whoop.
Now I have to say, I'm not a big kayaking person. If I have to do it by myself, I'm probably not going to do it because I've had a bad experience with kayaking. But I'm going to try. But if you're a person that's like not interested in kayaking and you just want to be on the Gulf and like hang out, you can hang out with me. If it's a two-seater, I'll be with Dr. K, but like we'll see what they have.
Stroke.
Yeah, I'm not a big kayaker, but I'm willing to try it again. I think it's just because I had a bad experience with someone one time. So I'm like, when you have one bad experience, you're like, I don't really know about this.
That's true.
But we're gonna be on a Gulf, and I think it's gonna be really a really nice time to kayak. We're going in September when the weather's gonna be really amazing, so it'll be a good time for kayaking and kind of breaks up all the touring. It's like we get to do something fun, let loose a little bit, get to experience like the beauty of Greece being on the Gulf and everything. So
yeah, and that day's really going to be perfect for like free time if you wanted to go explore, enjoy the beach, trinket shop, all of that kind of stuff.
absolutely. So we're gonna pack swimwear for this day, but you can kind of like do what you want. And then we're staying overnight in Nafplio, and then we are going to be returning to Athens. Now, I would have to say this is probably going to be the highlight of my trip. Everything is amazing, but when we get to here, we're going to Eleusis when we're returning back to Athens.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm letting you guys know this was not on the itinerary.
Nope.
We literally asked Trova Trip because we were like, if we're going to be returning to Athens, why can't we just stop at Eleusis? It says visiting Eleusis. It's a typo, but we are stopping at the sacred site of Eleusis. before the equinox to see where the mystery cult of Eleusis happened, which is the worship of Persephone and Demeter. And I have to say, I'm probably going to cry. And we're going to be there for an hour and 30 minutes. So we'll be able to take photos. Um, Dr. K can give us some insight as to what actually happened at this site. So we'll be able to kind of like see like and be at the site where people were being initiated, which is crazy.
You'll get to see the sites, well, two sites where Milo Nos dug.
Hold on one second. I have, why does it keep doing this? There's like always a weird picture that just gets stuck up here. Okay, hold on. Keep
It's just
talking.
a weird picture of me at the theater. And I don't know what I'm going to be most excited about. I'll be like snooping around the National Museum because your girl has to get updated photos on some swords.
Okay, so here's Eleusis. So we're gonna actually go here and we're gonna take all the photos and we'll be able to actually make our pilgrimage to Eleusis before Persephone returns home to the underworld. And for those of you that worship the Greek gods, this is like a religious pilgrimage that people took in the ancient world to be initiated into this mystery cult. So like you're coming with us to go to this place that ancient peoples went. I got the chills. Honestly, I got the chills. I got the chills.
It's such a cool site.
The chills.
And yeah, Kevin's really bummed he's not going because he wants to go back to Eleusis.
Sorry, you already went. No, but I
Yeah.
totally get it. Like it's just such an amazing place. And then we are going to return to Athens and then we have dinner that night together
Mhm.
as our last like kind of dinner for
Huzzah.
the girls.
Mhm.
And then so we kind of have a surprise for day 7. Depending on when you guys are leaving, me
Yeah.
and Dr. K would like to organize an informal trip, which we can do to Sunyan, which there is a temple of Poseidon there, which I believe you sent me photos of, which I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Um, so day 7 is when we leave. We'll have breakfast together, and then
Yeah, that it's the last like official day of the trip, but the last day is really nothing official. So if you have to catch a flight at any time, don't feel bad like you're gonna miss something important. We are trying to get our butts over to Sunyan, and there's a few different ways that we can actually get there. When I was there back in 2018, Kevin and I took a bus. That's very doable. And or we could take an Uber, honestly.
absolutely. So we're it's not on the itinerary, and like when you put a deposit in, we're all confirmed from the trip. These are things we can talk about as a group of like depending on when people are catching flights, like do you want to come with us to Sunyan because we're gonna be there that day and like we're not leaving till the following day. So
Mhm.
we're planning on going because I haven't been and I really want to go. So it'll be fun.
It's really
Catch a
fun.
vibe at Poseidon's temple. So if you want to come with us, you're more than welcome.
Hmm.
More than welcome. But anything else you want to add to this itinerary? I feel like it's like the perfect itinerary for people who've never been to Greece or people looking to like travel. It just seems like there's a lot of good things in this itinerary.
Yeah, it's a great kind of like Greece 101 if you're trying to do Greece in a week, which we are here. This is everything that you would want if you want to stay later. Athens is a great jumping off point either to Delphi, to really anywhere, honestly. Unfortunately, if you're like, oh, I want to go see like Mount Olympus or Olympia, that is really far away from Athens. But
No, I want to
everything
go
that
to Olympia so bad one day. Maybe like as we continue to do these Greece trips, if they work out and people really enjoy them, maybe one day we'll be able to get one that's like in those areas. But it's yeah, it's this is just like what you pay.
yeah, 100%. Like Sparta is a little far away.
Right.
Um, but no, it's a really great jumping off point. Or if you're wanting to, continue on your Mediterranean adventures to say Italy, Turkey, Egypt, Cyprus, or you want to go to Europe after. Athens is a massive hub as well to connect you to anywhere that you could want to go. So it's really great whether you want to stay on the adventure in Greece or if you're like, I'm going to continue this in Venice. Awesome.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. But like I said, if you've never done traveling and you're interested in going and like I said, I told the story last podcast episode where I had a group of friends that weren't interested in any of this stuff. So like I never had anybody to go with. I promise
Mhm.
you this is your chance, your opportunity to go. Like we're two people that are very seasoned travelers. We're very excited about this. Also, my first time going to Greece too. So we're kind of all exploring together and no one's going to be left out or like it's not going to be clicky. I promise. Like
Mhm.
that's not the kind of community that I ever wish to foster. And that's not
Mhm.
something that I even or Dr. K stands by. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. I just want to eat a euro and have dinner underneath the Acropolis.
Okay, so I think there's just a few questions that maybe we didn't address. So,
Sure.
let me see.
Hmm.
Safety. I guess I feel like we did address a lot of them in the beginning. Sorry, I'm like forgetting what we talked about because I know we've been recording
No,
for a
you're
long
fine.
time. Safety, once again, is of the utmost importance to us. We're going through a really reputable site where Dr. K has already done Trova Trip once. There's tons of reviews, tons of people use Trova Trip. So we're gonna have like a host, and it's like we have a point of contact always. So it's not like we're just mishmash putting this trip together with like no care in the world. A lot of thought has gone into this, trust me. A lot of thought has gone into it, and we're two girls traveling, so like safety is always important to us.
Yeah. Huzzah.
Um, and like I said, we're getting there a day early and we're leaving a day after the itinerary. So if you're staying too, like just know we're going to be there a day early. If you want to plan for that, you can. Really, the world's kind of like your oyster. You could do what you want. You can do what you want. And I think that's it. We addressed all
Just
the big
everyone.
ones at the beginning. I'm like, oh, we had questions. I'm like, oh, we did that first.
I know. I'm trying to think of anything else that I would tell people from like the trips I've led. I don't
Get
know.
excited to have some fun. And if you're on the fence, like I said, you're going to want to book the early bird special because once people start to book this, it's going to go fast. I have a very funny feeling. We've already got people that are doing it and haven't quite done it yet. So look out for
Hmm.
the emails and yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us and follow us on social media. 6 Months Podcast, 6 Months Temple. We'll be posting more about the sites that we're going to, breaking things down. And we just want to have fun with our community that loves the Greek gods, the Greek mythology, history, and more. So we'll have a fun time with our friends.
Yeah. A week in Greece rather than 20 years on the way home, like Odysseus.
My boy.
My boy, he could have done it a lot quicker. And we are seeing all of the highlights. So I'm really excited to be able to share all of this with everybody. And yeah, I absolutely love all the places that we're going. And I can't wait to see everybody's faces when we see all this cool stuff.
Same. I'm gonna cry when I go to Eleusis, so don't judge me. This is my religious pilgrimage. You know what I mean? It's my religious Creaster pilgrimage. I'm
It's
in
like
the
people,
Vatican, so like I gotta go to Eleusis.
yeah, I didn't cry at the Vatican. I didn't cry at the Sistine Chapel. I did cry at Eleusis. I did cry at Sunion. I did cry at Mycenae. So
I
just
cried
really
at the
things.
Vatican, didn't cry at the Sistine Chapel because I was like, oh, interesting. But I think it's like I just cry everywhere. And we talked about that already. I cry all the time. So like I'll be crying and being like, oh, I'm so happy you guys are here. Like at dinner the first night, I'll probably cry. Like I'm just a very sensitive person.
Oh, the last dinner in Egypt, I sobbed literally at the dinner table. It was crazy, and not to brag, but we had the fun tour because there was another tour there, and they were not talking at dinner.
I mean, like, how could you not talk at dinner when you're having good food and the drinks are flowing? Like
I don't know.
the Italian in me could never. Like food is a social activity, you know?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Me too. But don't forget to book. Everything is in the description. Get on it. Okay. Remember, your deposit can be refundable if you're not confirmed for the trip. But once we start going and we get going, okay, you got to look at all the policies and everything. But we don't want you to cancel. We want you to stay with us and don't be nervous. Petition the
Yeah,
gods for money for the trip. Hermes, excuse me,
that
travel.
yeah, and if you're on the fence, I wouldn't wait for that 22nd or 23rd spot to open up because we might be capping it before that.
Yeah, 100%. We haven't really figured out like what our maximum is going to be because we want to make sure everyone is comfortable and like 23 people to me seems like a lot of like I have to turn on the entertainment, you know what I mean? So it we might make it smaller.
Yeah.
Don't think we're going to have 23 guaranteed spots because I don't think we will.
No, all my tours I keep it small and intimate.
Yeah. Yeah. So once again, it's not about like the spots being booked for us. It's about the experience for us and other people. So
And the
we
people.
cultivated this to be perfect and we want to share it with you. And if you're interested in going to Greece, now's the time. Okay. Don't wait. If you've never traveled before, you have to take a chance on yourself. You got to take a chance on yourself. Anyway, okay, that's it. That's all we have for this itinerary. Do you want to take us home? Because the podcast, we're no longer going to be podcasting anymore. Patreon will be there for you guys. The
We'll
public
be
podcast,
back next year, guys. We're not giving it up.
I mean, for the season, we're done. We're
Yeah,
wrapping
we're
up.
done. We're done from the season. We'll wrap it up. But, maybe make your New Year's resolution for 2026 more traveling, more history, more friends, more communication, all of that kind of stuff. And for those in the Mystery Cult, we will see you guys back on the Mystery Cult next month in Patreon and for extra members on YouTube. And we can't wait to see who's coming to Greece. And we'll see you guys next time.